Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another week of It's Cheaper Than Therapy podcast. I am your host, Roland Carson, aka Ro Nice. I am here with you guys for another week. I do want to apologize for missing last week. I was out working on a real estate deal down in Florence that I'm hoping goes through in the next couple of weeks. So I got back late on Sunday, so I didn't have a time to do any broadcasts. So I do apologize. I definitely want to stay consistent and do an episode every week. So again, I would do everything in my power not to miss another week, due to any reasons, outside of an extreme emergency. But last weekend was about business. Like I told you, I'm a licensed realtor. So, that kind of took a little precedent for last week, Sunday. So, nonetheless, I want to say, congratulations to my client. We under contract. Hopefully, we'll close by the end of the month and doing big things out there with real estate. I know it's been a while for me, but, I'm just working at it every day, lead generating and doing what I got to do to grow my client base and keep my second revenue stream going strong. This week, it's a little light. I do want to talk about, things that's going on right now. Right now, everybody's focusing on these rap beefs with Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Rick Ross, Chris Brown, Quavo. I mean, it's just the list goes on and on with these rap beefs that are happening right now in the music industry. And I seem like when I'm on Instagram or Facebook or any social media, that seems to be the following trend that everybody is concerning themselves with. Not saying it's not entertaining. For the most part, it is. I remember when rap beefs go back to Jay-Z versus Nas with Super Ugly and Ether to Pac and Biggie to Who Shot Ya and Hit 'Em Up, you know, but those were, when I was younger and I was wrapped up in that stuff, and not saying it's not entertaining and not saying we can't get ourselves wrapped up in a little bit, because a little entertainment doesn't hurt to break ourselves away from our normal day-to-day monotony that we are as regular people. But I want us not to get confused, wrapped up so in these people's problems. They don't know us and we don't know them personally. And we are, heavily staking a lot of our opinions and what they have going on and not paying attention to what's really going on. Like I said, it's entertaining at best, but at the end of the day, who does it really benefit for them? Because the more we talk about it, the more likes, the more streams, the more money they get, while we're out here, as regular people still struggling trying to make it, not saying they're not talented and their music is not interesting, but I don't think it should consume our lives the way it does. So, like I said, I'm not gonna dig into that, because honestly, I don't listen to either one of them that much to really have a solid opinion about really what they're talking about or what they got going on. Like when Tupac and Biggie had their beef, I was in high school. I was invested at that immature level. I was a very heavy Tupac fan. So, more than just music, I loved his acting. I love his message. Most people didn't, but he had a lot of positive things to say. If you really want to know, who he was more than just a rapper and an actor, he had a lot of positive things and a lot of positive message that tried to uplift the black community, even though they wanted to use some of his songs lyrics against him, saying that all he was a detriment. But nonetheless, that's kind of where we are as a people now, where it's everybody has a beef with everybody. The comedians are beefing with each other. The actors are beefing with each other. Rap beefs are not nothing new, but at the same time, that's just part of that culture, that game. But now it's like I said, comedians, actors, everybody beefing, for whatever reason, and maybe it is for clicks and likes and streams. Maybe it is to divide us. Maybe it is for us to pick a side. You'll never know what the agenda on these things are, because I feel like the more they keep us divided, the more vulnerable we are to attack and susceptible to whatever the agenda pushes at us. Because a couple of weeks ago, I did a video about the U.S. potentially banning TikTok, and it's while we're worrying about beefs that's happening, and regardless of what it is about TikTok, it's a potential attack on your First Amendment right to freedom. As we know in this cancel culture, freedom is almost not free anymore. Freedom of speech is not free anymore. You say the wrong thing about the wrong class, about the wrong individuals, you could lose your job, you could lose your livelihood, you can have your social media account stripped away, you can have a lot taken away. So the freedom of speech is not necessarily free anymore. You could lose a lot. Like, employers are using your Facebook page against you when hiring. They're using your Facebook page against you and criminal cases that people have pending. So freedom is not free anymore. Freedom of speech is not free anymore. It can cost you, and at this juncture, and this time, it can cost you everything. So that's my little spiel on, as we focus on these rap beefs, let them be entertaining at that, but don't let them pull us away from some of the things that's really happening, behind the scenes and politics and everything. We have to know that, I mean, this is the first election year that I can remember where November's approaching fast and nobody's really caring about the presidential election. I mean, I think people have come numb to the fact that whoever's in office, they're going to do whatever they want to do, and we're just going to have to live our lives the best we can, because neither side is really invested in the growth of the everyday Joe of this country. So I think a lot of people have stepped away from worrying about who the election and who's gonna be elected. Because I mean, at this junction, we got two options. It's from what I gather and what I watched lately, it's either Donald Trump or Joe Biden. At the end of the day, I mean, it's the lesser of two evils, in my opinion, at this juncture where I'm at. In my age, I used to definitely be into that, but I come to the hard understanding it is the lesser of two evils when we sit here talking about this upcoming election, but we're worrying about rap beefs, and we're not paying attention to the how what we're gonna do as an economy with these new tax codes, everything that's changing, but we're worried about rap beefs. So that's my little few minute spiel on that. The next thing that's been on my mind is I've been noticing this for years, and I try not to knock on anybody that does anything. I just find it hilarious. Is every prom season I see these extravagant prom pictures and prom setups for our kids in high school. Parents out here renting McLarens and Rolls Royces and Mercedes and Maybachs and renting expensive cars just to take pictures. And I understand it might just be for an hour or two. These expensive, extravagant prom dresses, and yes, your high school prom, you really only got maybe 3 chances to take um, advantage of your high school prom, one chance to take advantage of your senior prom, because as young women, you can get asked to a prom whether you're in the 10th, 11th, or 12th grade. So that's why I say you got 3 chances to take advantage of your high school prom, and only one chance to take advantage of your senior high school prom. Um, but I want to know: are we doing too much for our kids? Are we setting the right example? For my son for his high school prom. You know, it was on Myrtle Beach. I rented a room for him, whatever, whatever. But I wasn't out renting no McLaren or Bentley, so he could just take pictures of and make it think that that's what his lifestyle is, because that's just not his lifestyle. Shit, it ain't my lifestyle. So, but I watched it, and like I said, it's nothing against the people that are doing it, but I think we need to sit down and ask: is that the right message to send when we know you sending your child to their senior prom, but you letting them take pictures in front of a $300,000 vehicle? I mean, now yes, your goal is to tell them to do whatever they can to strive for greatness and possibly obtain these things, but even those things are materialistic, depreciating assets that really don't matter at the end of the day. And like I said, the extravagant prom dresses and prom suits, and like it just like things are getting not as simple as they used to be, or even as they should be. Your kids' high school prom should be just one of admiration, letting them know, hey, you know, enjoy yourself. These are some of the best years of your life before you start entering an adulthood and have to live an adult life, paying bills and having real responsibilities. So we're teaching them, that's the message prom and everything should be. Just enjoy the life that you have right now as a teenager. Go out, have fun with your friends, dance and be responsible and enjoy your life. But that's not what we're teaching with these expensive dresses and revealing dresses on our young women. Some of the pictures of the dresses I've seen, like, I don't, in my personal opinion, I don't think they're appropriate for a 16, 17, 18 year old to be wearing. But every parent is different. I'm just looking at, the state of our young people as African Americans right now is definitely under attack, and is not as strong as it once was, 10, 15, 20 years ago. So, if I'm wrong, let me know. Am I thinking too much into it? You know, or is it something that we gotta think about? Not saying our children should enjoy their prom. It's just, are we setting that standard so high for a couple of pictures or a couple of hours out their night or for the weekend? How do we do that? Like, I mean, we want them to be and dress nice and look good and take good pictures and enjoy themselves, be responsible. But if, as parents, we're spending $5,000 on our children's prom, are we being responsible? Are we teaching them responsibility by doing that as such? You know, like I said, I just got these little things that's been on my mind because I know everybody say just because it's on your mind you shouldn't speak it. Like I said, I'm not trying to downplay or bash anybody. That's not my goal. It's just a conversation. You know, I'm trying to spark a conversation that maybe I'm reading too much into. Somebody can give me a point that says I'm reading too much into it, and this is what we should be doing. But I don't know, you know, and we all done been, watching our family and friends post these pictures of prom and their kids going to prom and you know and really not saying anything. All we're saying is, that looks nice and that's nice, but you know, are we really believing that? When we're teaching our children we're gonna rent a McLaren for you to take pictures in. I mean, if you got a McLaren, if you own it, that's one thing. But spending money that you don't need to spend, that's a whole nother thing on in itself. Um, Again, like I said, right now it's also graduation season. So those are the pictures, that I would like to see more of. Our kids graduate. Not in fancy suits and dresses and posing in front of fancy cars. More pictures of our kids holding degrees, diplomas, you know, and things of that nature. That's the thing I think we should be bigging up more than any prom because, as a people, our kids tend to not graduate high school or graduate college as much. So I think those are things we should be holding at a higher regard than necessarily prom. But that's just my opinion. It's not to talk disparagingly or negatively about anybody. That's just my opinion. Like I got a son that's in college. He just wrapped up his first year. I'm so proud of him. When it's time for him to graduate, that's the only thing you're going to see on my timeline. God willing, if I'm here to see that, that's all you're going to see. Like, because that's an accomplishment, for him. And that's a testament to uh, parents. Me, it's a testament to watch him do those things, watch him be accepted into a large leadership award at Francis Marion, for him to accept that. So that's what I want to see. Like I said, most people like, well, I don't post a lot about. Most people could say, well, you don't post a lot about your son. I don't, because the people that's closest to me and closest to him know his accomplishment, and that's really, at the end of the day, that's all that really matters to me. Is the people that love him, that really know him, that are closest to him, know what he has done. So whether they see it on social media or I voice it to them face to face, verbally, wherever that may be, that's the most important thing to me. So, I look at that as saying, I'm proud of all the kids that are graduating college and high school this year. Whether I know you or don't know you, to see our black kids, you know, get those diplomas, get those degrees, it speaks a lot of the parenting because for a long time we were behind that eight ball, and our parent and our kids graduating from high school and going to college, and even if you don't go to college, graduating to high school, is a feat in itself, and I hope all these kids that graduating in 2024, they apply everything they can learn, um, and make something of themselves. because we all know the public education system is on another one, to know that in high school and in middle school, they're not teaching children how to write in cursive anymore. When I was in high school, I am freshman, I learned how to do my own taxes on the 1040 EZ form. So I remember that being taught in high school. I remember being taught how to sign my name in cursive. Thank God, I know my son was part of that last generation to graduate high school where they were still teaching kids how to sign cursive. And I know with all the electronic equipments and electronic signing, people feel like it's not necessary to learn how to write cursive. But I really feel like our children should be taught those basics in high school, and then going back to middle school, they need to be taught to, finance and real estate and how to balance a checkbook. I've learned how to balance a checkbook, even though most people don't have checkbooks anymore. I learned how to do that in middle school. Accounting, math, all those basic principles that we need to learn for life. And if parents know that they are not teaching that anymore in school, we must take it upon ourselves to at least try to teach the kids the basics of those things: signing cursive, balancing a checkbook, and doing taxes and basic accounting principles, doing a budget, things of that nature, because at the end of the day, those are the real skills that we need to make it through this world, on top of, learning how to speak proper, read and write, and speak proper English. Do I think, unless you're going into science, biology, and all that stuff is cool and all, but is it really what we need our kids to know to be productive citizens in the society? I know technology and phones and tablets and laptops are the wave of the future and what we teach our kids to learn with, but still teaching them that basic stuff is going to be prevalent in their lives, when their phone is broken or the computer's not working. Like, when I took my test to become a real estate agent to get my license, when you go take that test, there is no, I can't take a calculator in there to do the problems or convert acreage to square footage and whatever. I had to do that with a pencil and a piece of paper. When I have to sign something, that paper in front of me, I can't use an electronic document. I gotta sign it like a normal Joe Schmo. I gotta sign it like a normal person. So, with that being said, that's the things I want people to focus on when it comes to these kids graduating and going on to the next level, from high school to college, or once they graduate in college and going out into this real world. Take a basic class in taxes, take a basic accounting class, just learn that extra skill, because it's going to be beneficial to you in your life. When you look at celebrities and athletes, even if you become rich and famous, a lot of them go broke because they trust their lawyers and their accountants to do all that stuff for them, and then they're swindled out of millions upon millions of dollars and they go broke. So learn those things for yourself. Even if you don't become a millionaire, learn those basics that in the event that you do or make large sums of money, you know how to protect yourself, and you don't have to give your attorney 30-40%. You don't have to give an accountant 15-20% of your money. You could do it for yourself, and you and go from there. So that's my little spiel on rap beefs and what's going on with high school proms and graduation, and so much going on out here in this world that we living in. you know Another big thing that's happening is the uh the relationship conversation about should men and women go 50-50. Should a man pay 100%? Should women work? There's so many opinions, but I'm not gonna go deep in that. I'm gonna save that for when my full panel here, my co-host, will be back. Trust me, he hasn't gone anywhere. He just got his own personal things going on. So, Godspeed to him and his wife, and then hopefully when he does come back, we'll have that third voice on here of the female nature, and then really get into that conversation and really get into a lot of the relationship topics that I always wanted this show to be about. And my biggest topics that I want, they're coming. Like I said, it's coming with growth. And I want to close out today's episode, with these couple of points. One, guys, supporting each other. So I've been doing this for 17 weeks now. And every week I ask for people to subscribe, like, share, comment. And I know it's going to take time to grow, but we got to support each other. So that's why, when I did decide to do this platform, I opened it up to all my friends that have small businesses, entrepreneurships, whatever you're doing. Send me your information. I'm gonna put it on here so I can reach out. I did it, a couple of episodes ago with Diamond Wings and Lip and Pour, with In Taste We Trust, which is the catering service ran by Denard and Terry Weaver. My guy Maurice Cook, he just opened up his restaurant in Bishopville. So it's called Cook's Bar and Grill. So if you ever down in Bishopville, look that up. I posted on Facebook. So check them out if you're in the Bishopville area. With in Taste We Trust with Terry and Denard Weaver. They're out in that Hemingway, Pleasant Hill, Conway, Choppy area. Hit them up. They'll get your food right, And then my other guy up here in Columbia, his name is Mojak Snacks. He comes through, blesses me with some good home cooked meal because I get tired of being at work, eating out at fast food. So I'm enjoying, these home cooked meals, and I posted on Facebook today, man, they're making it hard to slim down. Like, when I went to my man Maurice spot in Cam and Bishopville yesterday, man, he had them fried whitings on deck. And so, like I said, I'm gonna start posting, anybody that sends me their stuff, to put on here to share. Maybe somebody that I know that don't know them that could take advantage of their services. So let's support each other. I want people to support me and this podcast. And to be honest, the support that I ask for, it really doesn't cost anything. Like, when you go to my YouTube page or to my Rumble page, all you gotta do is click subscribe. All you gotta do is click the little bell to like. So when you do that, when you subscribe, it helps boost me in the algorithm. When you comment, I'll give feedback if your comments help me see your point of view from things. When you share, it helps get more people involved because, again, I do this to do everything from a positive vibe. I try not to be negative, so that's why I ask everybody to like and comment. And I've gotten a good bit of views over these 17 weeks, so I want to keep that up. And I appreciate those who have subscribed, those who have commented, those who have liked and shared. I definitely appreciate you. But I know I have more friends and more people that ask me to support them than I have subscribers. So but I'm gonna continue to do my thing. I know it's all gonna come with time and positivity. So that's what I'm doing here. Like I said, I appreciate those that have followed me, and I know people may ask me why I don't live stream on Facebook. Um, I don't because my topics and my show as it grows is gonna be sometimes controversial, and the things we're going to talk about, that Facebook community could be very sensitive to, and even the YouTube community can be sensitive to. That's why I post to Spotify. I do post to Rumble as well. Rumble is another platform very similar to YouTube that is not as sensitive to certain topics and comments, um, or conversations that YouTube may be sensitive to. So I'm putting myself on multiple platforms, and you guys can follow me on whichever platform that you deem fit. It just Facebook is very sensitive, so I post on there clips, or I'll share a little bit of content that really will direct you to my YouTube page or direct you to my Rumble page. I can't go. I do a little bit on TikTok. I can't go deep because they only allow 10-minute clips. Same thing with Instagram. So hence that's why I do a lot on YouTube and going live on Facebook in the event that, let's say, Facebook is on one of its outages one day and I'm going live, then that content couldn't be lost. So this way on YouTube, my content's backed up. On Rumble, it's backed up. And guys, again, getting people subscribing, it gets me up to where I can go live. That's my whole goal and agenda, to go live. So when I do go live, the date's gonna change, the time's gonna change. Um, the topics of conversations are gonna be so interactive because as I'm live, your feedback is live time, and again, when I tell you the phone number to text your comments and suggestions to, the 803-509-3477, I do that because when the time for me to go live comes on YouTube or Rumble, whatever, you can call in and interact live and give your feedback, and that's the route I want to take this to. So again, I want to thank to everyone that has supported, and I want you guys to continue support. Again, guys, the email is cheaperthantherapyshow@gmail.com. Send me your business information. I promise you I will shout it out to get it out to people that I know that you may not know, or vice versa. I'm gonna get it out there and promote you, because 9 times out of 10, if I'm promoting you, I won't say I'm always using your services, but I know you and I know what you provide. Like, when I provided, Diamond Weems and Lip and Pour, I ain't using lip gloss, but I know her, and, her business is growing, and I know that's something women like. So don't be afraid to send me businesses from all walks of life that I can help you with. Just free advertising. I ain't charging for anything. This is just to help us as individuals grow, because we gotta support each other, and that's how our small black businesses grow to what they are going to be, by supporting each other. So in closing, my little sports topic, the NBA playoffs is going. Um, the WNBA is about to start back. I'm gonna watch a little bit of that because I'm curious to see this whole Caitlin Clark thing unfold. But it's not like I'm gonna be 1,000% into it. But I want to see how this unfolds because I did have some views on that a couple of weeks ago. I want to see how things unfold with her. Um, NBA playoffs, I'm watching it. I want to see who's going to take over the league when LeBron retires in a few years. And it looks like it's going to be Anthony Edwards in Minnesota. It looks like that kid is going to be, he might be the next face of the league, even outside of Luka or whoever you may think. I think it's going to be Anthony Edwards, but that's just my opinion. So again, guys, the email is cheaperthantherapyshow@gmail.com. Email your comments, concerns, business information, and I'll put it together and get it out on the next week's episode. Or you can text it to me, 803-509-3477. Also, for those that's looking to invest, buy or sell a home, hit me up. Like I said, I got the biggest deal of my career coming up. I'm proud of myself, and getting back into that, not letting that slip again the way I did before, because I got blinded by my 9 to 5 and what it was paying me before. So I'm not going to allow myself to slip on that platform again, but I'm a licensed realtor. I do it. Got any questions, hit me up. There's a lot going to be coming up with the changes to this NAR settlement. A lot of realtors are nervous. I'm not as so nervous as such. I just think it's going to be business as usual. It's just a little bit more paperwork got to be done to do business as usual. But that's just my opinion. So everybody, thanks again. I do apologize for missing last week. Like I said, I was going to make sure I put up content every single week, and I missed a week due to everything that's going on with that deal I'm working on. So I do apologize about that. I know some people don't care to hear my voice or don't care at all. I appreciate the ones that do. And maybe I'll have a topic or have something going on that you may find or deem interesting. But again, I want to thank you guys for joining or watching this week. Again, it's Cheaper Than Therapy Podcast. My name is Roland Carson. My co-host should be back soon. You guys have a wonderful day. Love on each other. Be safe out there in these streets. Peace out.